Hey everybody, we're back with this week's Friday Review. Excited to be here with you today, episode 3318. We're going to start with a little summary if you missed any of this week's Cabral Concept episodes. Then we're going to go into it's been one of the most requested product reviews that I do in some time, so that'll be exciting to go through specific patches that are being said to increase overall stem cells in your body. Is it too good to be true? Let's take a look at the research. Let's see if I decide to give these my personal stamp of approval or not. I also want to bring you a quick tip on how to boost stem cells naturally. What I do, really simple ways that I think most of us can include in our daily regimen, and why it even matters as we start to get older, past the age of around 37 or so years old. And then two great research studies, one on all of the GLP-1 drugs, what you need to know beyond all of the digestive-based issues, one big thing that you should consider if you're thinking about using these specific drugs. And then also beetroot juice, who should use it, what it's most beneficial for, and how much should you take. All right, let's dive right into the show. Recap for the week, in case you missed it. Hopefully you didn't. Monday was all about the 3 yes rule to creating healthy boundaries in your life. Basically, you might have a lot of opportunities. You might have a lot of asks in your life. You might have a lot of people asking for pieces of you and your time. That includes obviously maybe your spouse or partner, your kids, your parents, your siblings, then your coworkers or community. How do you say yes to everything? And what actual events and opportunities should you say yes to? If it meets these 3 specific criteria, it's an absolute yes. Tune into that show to find out those 3 criteria. On Tuesday's show was about mistletoe. If you haven't heard about mistletoe and its ability to help those suffering from cancer and a cancer-based diagnosis, check that out. Already in Europe, they've been using it now for well over a decade, and about 30% of all clinics, that means conventional medicine or otherwise, over in Europe and specifically Germany, are using it. I'm going to give you all the details. All right, on Wednesday's show was myth busting. We went over how amino acids do break your fast. So there's a very popular amino acid product out there. They're saying that it's part of fasting. You can use it and you'll still stay in a fast. I will share with you that is a myth. All right. And then yesterday, we're going to go over to how to reverse your heart age by 20 years by doing this. The research is so strong, like it's so amazing. I started to add this into my program about 6 months ago. And so who doesn't want a stronger heart? Literally, the number one cause of all mortality is heart-based issues. So by following this at literally any age, you can reverse heart age by about 20 years. Very impressive. So check out those shows at stephencabral.com/podcast. All right, let's now get into one of the most requested product reviews I've ever done. So when people write in multiple times on a product review, I'm going to give that product a review. Now, the only time I won't is if it's a negative review, because I don't want to speak negatively about other people or other companies. That's what social media and that's what all sorts of other, outlets are for. I don't want to be a part of that. I believe in a rising tide lifting all boats. So every single Friday, I promote another health and wellness-based company or product. I believe in this space. I believe in helping like-minded individuals. So for over a year now, a couple of years, I've been getting asked, can you please review the Lifewave x39 patches? So here you're right here. If you're watching this on video, we appreciate you on YouTube. As always, please do like, subscribe, and follow along. This is an amazing journey we're all on together, learning about health, learning about wellness, and we put out a daily video for you. So these patches, really simple and straightforward. I'm going to show you what they are. So they are about the size of a quarter. You peel them off, and you put them on the back of the neck, which is where I have been putting them, or you put them below your belly button, or at a few other places on your body in order to produce more natural stem cells. So when I looked at the research, I said, okay, there's some research, but there's really only 2 studies, and only one of them is actually strong. So the 2 studies are, because I want to be fair, phytotherapy-induced metabolism change study done in 2021. This double-blind randomized control trial, which is great, by the way, So like that's what I look for. So that's why I'm reviewing this, because it's a real study. 50 subjects ages 40 to 81 wore the X39 patch for 7 days. The study reported an increase in 8 amino acids at significant levels, improvement in short-term memory, sleep quality, and vitality. The findings suggest that the patch may stimulate the biosynthesis of GHK-Cu, that's the stem cell, that's the copper stem cell, and may enhance neurotransmitter production, potentially improving metabolism. Great. So good study, small study, but great. Another one in 2021, double-blind randomized control. This study involved 60 participants, ages 40 to 80, divided into active and control groups. The active group wore the X39 patch for 1 week. The results showed a significant increase in GHK-Cu concentrations in the blood of the active group compared to the control group with p-values, and then they just go on to show you the legitimacy of the study. So I looked at that and I said, you know what? This is good. It's good research. 2 small but good research studies. So I said, all right, let me use these myself. And so when I use something, I like to really get into it. So I use the X39 patches. I also tried the Eon patch, which is for overall pain relief and anti-inflammatory, overall anti-aging benefits. And then what's this one called? Silent Nights. And this one is to improve overall sleep. So here's what I found is that I use these for about 90 days. The issue with the patches, and I believe why they tell you to only wear them for 12 hours, is that the stickiness, it's a sticker basically, it's a patch, ends up irritating the skin in many individuals if placed in the same place each and every day. So if you're going to use them, I recommend rotating different places. I see the only reason as to why you wouldn't wear it for 24 hours, why you'd only wear it for 12, is because of the irritation. I'm assuming that's why they say that, because I see no other reason not to, and I found nothing on their website to the contrary. So I don't think that there's an issue with wearing it longer, truthfully, and unless I see something, I see no reason not to, but you probably do need to rotate them because the skin can become irritated just from the glue, the stickiness of the patch itself. Okay. The second is that you don't even know that you're wearing them. You really don't. So it's easy, especially when I put it on the back of, basically you have your cervical vertebrae and then you have your thoracic vertebrae. Right where the thoracic vertebrae start is usually where I put it, or end of the cervical base vertebrae, basically where your shoulders start, right over the spine to help produce more of those stem cells. Okay. So here's what I found. Since I am already a healthy, active individual, I didn't really feel anything different. That's the issue with a lot of these things. But also, to be fair, you might take a nutritional supplement or a superfood or whatever, and you're already healthy, and so you don't feel necessarily anything new. That does not mean that it's not working. It just means I didn't necessarily feel it. All right. With the Silent Nights, my sleep scores did not improve at all. And there are no studies that I've seen on Silent Night or Eon, right? So all of the studies are on the X39 and actually being able to boost stem cells to a degree. So what I would say is this: if you're looking to boost stem cell activity for overall repair and rejuvenation of the body, I'd give the X39s a shot. Now, here's the thing though. I'm not against Silent Night and I'm not against the Eon. Anecdotally, I could actually say, well, I had a little stiffness in my neck and pain in my neck, and I put on an Eon and it actually felt a little bit better. Now, is that placebo? Maybe. It very well could be. But either way, yeah, it felt a little bit better. So here's the thing. The X39 is getting a lot of anecdotal based success stories, which I'm not against, of people saying they're getting great results with it. Here's the thing. I don't have anything wrong with my body, which I'm very thankful for. I already feel good. I have energy. So what I decided after the 90 days, 100 days of using them is that I'm just not going to make the investment. And the reason is that it's $100 to $200 a month for the investment in this. And it's just not what I felt was the best investment for you, for me. For you, it very well may be. But how I look at it as well is that there are other proven ways with much more research to boost stem cells if you're looking to. Now, what would some of those be? Because I know people are going to ask. So quercetin, that's a big one. Nicotinamide riboside or nicotinamide mononucleotide, resveratrol, astaxanthin, omega-3s, PQQ, vitamin D3 with K2. All of those are amazing, and they've been proven to boost They've been proven to boost stem cells. So that's really more where I put my investments. The quercetin and all that I get in Hispro, and then I use Cell Boost for all of the mitochondrial and stem cell boosting. So that is specifically what I do. That's where I put my own investment. I mean, it costs me money. That's what I pay for. And then of course I take all the others. I take vitamin D3 and K2. I take the omega-3s. So I'm getting all those, and just to be honest, the research is stronger there, and that's why I made the investment there. Now, let's say that X39 and Lifewave, they come out with even more extensive research beyond a 7-day study. Will I relook into it? Will I maybe not make another investment in the future? I'm absolutely open to it. So my goal is to bring you the truth about all products and where we're at in the industry. And if this product comes out with better research, then sure, I'll do another Friday review, and I will absolutely promote this to a greater degree. So what I would say is no harm in using this, potential benefit, but maybe not as great as the nutritional supplements I just listed. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. And now that X39 review is complete. All right, now instead of a book review today, I wanted to follow up that review that I just gave and give you a quick tip. If you don't want to invest in nutritional supplements or the Lifewave patches, here are 2 ways that you can stimulate stem cells at any age. The first is high intensity interval training. And you only need about 2 of these workouts per week. That's it. Now, I've done specific shows on them. One of them was sprint interval training, SIT. We'll try to link that up here today, stephencabral.com/3318. I'll also link up the X39s as well. So stephencabral.com/3318. I'll link up the X39 website as well, so you can decide for yourself. Okay, and I'll link up the SIT. And then also just keep in mind this week, I gave you another workout that's going to help you boost stem cells, the Norwegian 4x4. I've done a separate podcast on that, and then I give you the heart rejuvenation. So that's one. And the second one is this, a fasting window that's basically 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Let's just call it 6 o'clock at night till 10 in the morning. So that's the longest really I have my clients fast on a daily basis, but that's going to boost stem cells as well. Even 6 o'clock at night till 8 in the morning is going to give you enough of an intermittent fast to get you into deeper levels of autophagy, improve mitochondrial function by wiping out some of the weaker mitochondria, and decreasing overall inflammation, and boosting mitochondrial biogenesis, boosting new mitochondria and stem cells. So those 2, basically free. And the little tip of the iceberg that I like to give too that you can add in on a daily basis, omega-3s, turmeric, blueberries. Now, there you have it. So easy ways to be able to boost your stem cells. All right, let's get into the research for the week. The first one, this is kind of a sad one. It really is. It's because I feel for people. I've been in the weight loss, body transformation, wellness-based space since 1996. So I've been in this a long time, and I've worked with a lot of people, and some people have a harder time losing weight than others. And a lot of coaches and experts, they don't appreciate that. They don't understand that it is difficult for some people to lose weight, a lot more difficult. And I'm not talking about twice as difficult. I'm talking 10 times as difficult. So I understand why people are turning towards GLP-1 drugs, but I can't recommend them. They literally can cause serious issues with the thyroid. They can cause gastroparesis, which is basically constipation, poor food absorption, all sorts of issues with your gut. I could go on, and I actually have done a show on that. So I'll link that up here again today at stephencabral.com/3318. So lots of shows to go back and listen to. But here's the other thing. They're expensive as well. And when you look at it, if you're not going to use them for the rest of your life, here's what the research says. So this is done out of, let's just see here, NYU Langone Health. And this is by Dr. Lofton. And this is for Wegovy, and it's for Ozempic and all these other drugs. So most patients quit within a year. And often they're citing costs or different side effects of the products. But on average, the patients that quit regain 2/3 of their lost weight. And that's the issue, is that many of these patients, since they're not weight training, are losing also muscle. So when they're gaining the weight back, like that 2/3, it might be 100% of all the fat they lost, they regained, and they didn't regain the muscle. So now their metabolism is even slower 6 months or a year down the line. So I just wanted to share that with you. there is, I mean, I don't even want to put that pun in there, but there is no silver bullet. There really isn't. All right, I'll say it. There is no free lunch. There really isn't. It's just not the way that it works. And I wish there was maybe a better way, but there's more scientific ways, like figuring out if it's thyroid, figure like all the different things that you can do to boost your metabolism. So just be careful, know what you're getting into, and then obviously still do the other things that are going to promote overall health and wellness and weight loss, because the drugs themselves are not the end all be all. All right. Research number 2 for the week is this, and we always end on a high note, always. So this one was for beetroot juice. And I said, who is it going to be best for? Well, here's the finding. This was published in Frontiers in Nutrition, and it was a study out of the Pennsylvania University, Penn State University, University Park. Okay, so women are at increased risk for cardiovascular disease following menopause. Daily consumption of about 2.4 ounces, so about one shot, two ounces, right, of beetroot juice significantly improved blood vessel function. Beetroot juice is high in nitrates, which the body converts to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide facilitates blood flow by causing the blood vessels to expand. Beetroot juice is a readily available and basically naturally safe product. Well, I can't get into all the differences between nitrates and nitrates and how they're not good when put in processed foods, but fine when occurring naturally. And it has to do with the antioxidants in the food product and a lot more. But what I want to share with you now is this is exactly how it works. You basically take a small shot of beet juice. That's all. And when they say beetroot, all it is the red beet. That's all. It just doesn't mean the stems, okay, or the outside covering. So then you actually want to, this is a tip for you. Let it sit in your mouth just for a few seconds, like 10 seconds. Because what happens is it interacts with the bacteria actually in your mouth, which is then what creates the nitric oxide production inside of the blood vessels. That's why when I shared with your previous Friday review on people who use mouthwash like Listerine, antiseptic-based mouthwashes actually decrease their nitric oxide production, further exacerbating type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. So if you haven't checked out that show, definitely check out that show as well. But very simple. 2 ounces of beetroot juice could give you energy, could dilate those blood vessels, improve overall energy, mood, brain function, etc. And then, of course, the heart. That's what we're always talking about. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. All those links once again at stephencabral.com/3318. Have an amazing rest of the day. I'll talk with you tomorrow on our brand new Cabral House Call. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything. Functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.